Now we can get started. People are still joining, but we waited enough for them. Right. So once again, good morning all. My name is Suhail, and welcome to the session. We will be conducting training on Azure AZ104, which is Azure Administrator. Uh, though we are following Microsoft's recommended syllabus, however, based on that, we can cover this training in 32 hours completely. But based on my experience, I have taken 90 hours for the same course because we do not believe in, just covering the topic for the sake of it or covering it for the number of hours, right? If you do not understand anything, I prefer to repeat it, even if it is taking time, if it is extending the session, I do that. Though it impacts me, it impacts my next batch, but I still prefer. So I would expect from you guys the same thing, that please be focused. If you do not understand anything, do not hesitate. Ask me, stop me there and then only. Do not keep in your mind or do not think or do not have this approach that I'm going to ask this at the end or I will check this tomorrow or day after tomorrow. What happens that if you do not understand something today, you will not understand next day's topic, which is based on today's topic, right? And then you will start losing your interest. One more thing, the approach which we are going to take in this course, right? We are not going to cover each and everything in Azure. That is impossible. Not only for me, even if you get someone from Microsoft, that is impossible to teach everything in Azure, right? Because it has 1,000 plus services and you won't require all of them. This is going to be very, I would call it interview centric or job centric sessions, the training session, where we will be focusing on topics which can be asked in interview, which will be asked. Based on my experience now, we surely know that what kind of questions do we get. I mean, I can vouch for that. And in my previous batches, whatever we have trained here, everything has been asked from there. Obviously, exception will be there, 5% here and there, right? So that will be there. So we will be leaving some topics. So if I leave something, please do not worry about it. We are not leaving it because we don't have time or we don't want to cover it. We are leaving it because it is not relevant sometimes. And I will be sharing examples with you, and I'll be very upfront and open about it. I'll tell you that, okay, this is the part of 104. However, based on my experience, I have seen that no one has asked this question in last 3 years or 2 years or recently, so let's skip this topic. For some topic, I will just give you the overview and definitions, right? And I'll tell you again that this is the topic which I feel or which I know based on my experience, previous batches. I conduct interviews, I give interviews. People from my previous batches, they come to my institute, they give interviews, right? Uh, so we do that. Uh, so based on that, I will make sure that we cover few topics, we leave few topics which are not even a part of AZ104. I will make sure that we cover those topics also because they do ask that in interview. Maybe it is not from Azure also. At the end, we are going to cover our profile creation. We are going to cover our Naukri profile creation, resume creation, how to uh, project your current experience, how to portray that you have worked with Azure. I've seen many of you are coming with some experience. Some of them are in Windows, some of them are in service desk, few of you are from non-IT background. So this training which we will be conducting, right, throughout 3 to 4 months. I'm targeting 3 months, but sometimes it takes 4 months. Right? I am willing to give my extra time, and I am hoping same from you guys. Ultimate aim is you guys should be able to crack the interview and do the work. So here, the pattern which we are going to follow, it's cover a topic in theory. I'll teach the theory part, and I do that very deeply, guys. People who are coming with experience, you might get agitated, irritated that why are we doing so basic? Why are we repeating? Why are you repeating so many things? Because I have experienced that even if I ask you guys that is everything clear, right? No one would say I do not understand. Maybe they think that this is too silly to ask, or how can I ask? Everyone understood. How can I ask? So I sometimes read faces, as in I'm not looking at you now, but looking at the silence in the group. I understand that this topic is wasn't clear, so I repeat myself many times, right? So please bear with me for that. It is for your betterment. But the more I repeat, more you will understand, more questions you will get, and it will be easier for you to understand. And the more you understand properly, you will be explain it to your interviewer. Ultimate aim and ultimate goal is your interviewer. Yes, we are going to have mock interviews also. Definitely not now, at the end of the sessions after 3 months, and that will give you. I get the panel from the company who actually conduct interviews, so you will have that feeling that okay, you have given maybe one or two interviews at least, right? I'll be sharing the questions, etc. with you. Very important, guys. I will be sharing questions with you after every session. Maybe if we cover today something, I will check with you guys whether you guys are okay with technical topics today or not. Right? Let's say if we start technical topic today, uh, today I'll be sharing some questions with you. Right? Uh, so I would request you guys that please go through those questions. Do not pile up the questions. I hope you guys can see my screen. So let me just open this. Here it is. This is the I do not share any PPT, guys, right? If you want, I do have a PPT, I can share it with you, but trust me, I based on my experience, I have worked with uh other training institutes also who provide PPT, and we simply give it to them. But PPT doesn't help at all. Right. So I have come up with this approach here in OneNote. I prepare all my notes and questions, etc. I will be sharing a link. In fact, it is actually there. I'll go to the group and I'll show you links and etc. So we follow this, and you will have a group, the link of this. What happens here? If I give you the PPT, it's an offline thing, right? This is online. You will get a link of this OneNote. Whatever I'm making changes, something comes new, I make changes here. For example, the recent one in my previous batch, we can say we were talking about Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory nowadays called Microsoft Entra ID. So I had made those changes accordingly. So when you study from this OneNote, you will have the latest data always, right? So I was talking about the questions which we gather. Here it is. If you Uh, let me, yeah, look at this. These are the questions which we have captured, and this is not from uh, Google or any AI tool. These are manually written. I have written them manually. So based on the interview I conduct, based on the interviews which our candidates they attend from my classes sometimes. So I do keep recording of that, but due to privacy reason, due to uh, client's name, company's name, candidate's name. I do not upload those recordings. Still, whenever I have got chance, I have uploaded few recordings also. Actual interview recordings where I was able to remove or delete or beep the use candidate name and company name. So we'll be doing same for this batch also. Right? And this is how I maintain all these questions, that if you are okay, someone is applying for Hexaware, what did they ask in previous interview? Someone is applying for Accenture, what did they ask? If they are applying for Sybase, what they are applying for Tieto. And there's no guys there's no setting or there's no setup here. We are not claiming anything sort of, right? We have no connections, nothing. This is purely based on our hard work. You're giving interviews. I'm sitting next to you. I'm sitting close to you. We are listening to questions. We are recording. Then I'm writing them down. Then we go ahead and evaluate. Okay, what did you answer to this? Like we used to do in our exam, guys. If you remember, I understand that whatever you answer for this question, if I explain it later, that is not going to change your answer. If you answered it incorrectly, you answered it incorrectly. Your interview is gone, but it becomes very helpful for your next interview. And if you go through whenever you have chance, not today, do not start now with this one. I'll tell you when to start with this. But if you go ahead with this one from first to last, you will realize the questions are pretty much same. Approach is different, technical jargons are different, they are asking in a different tone, but somehow if you remember the concepts, you will be able to answer all of these. all of these, right? So this is what we follow, guys. Important thing, language of the course of the training. I prefer to keep it in English, right? But it doesn't mean that we'll go ahead and do it only in English. If someone who's not comfortable, let me know. I can translate it, or I can start it in Hindi, Marathi, whichever language. If I know, I'll definitely go ahead and do that. As far as others are also able to understand, we will go ahead and do that, right? Ultimate aim is your topic, your approach, your concept of those technical topics should be clear. But still, we try to keep it in English because your interviews will be in English, and we would like to utilize those jargons. I urge you people, I request you people to, whenever you are asking questions, making your notes, try to use technical jargons as many as possible, because when you start using here while asking questions also, or while, let's say if I ask you guys, one of you something, right? For example, I ask Krishna, or I ask Danish that, okay, I just explain it to you guys, can you repeat it, can you explain it back, right? So try to make it in English, because you will be doing the same for your interviewer, right? So this is it, guys. This is about the approach and outcome which we are going to, which we are expecting, and the approach which we are going to keep in the training session throughout. Right, theory part I will explain, then I will show you the practical, and then I will give you some questions, and then sometime in some cases I will give you task as well. In fact, not in some cases, in almost every cases. That is the USP of our course, right? At the end of this course, guys, you guys will feel that you have literally worked on Azure for 3 months. You'll have that confidence, and you'll be able to say it that yes, I have worked, this is the task which I used to or get, this is the task which I used to do, and this is how we used to get it, right? So this is the approach we are going to keep, guys. One request, please, always join the session using your PC or laptop, because we are going to use portal. There are many options, small options. So if I click somewhere, for example, if I go to portal, don't worry about it. I'm going to show it from scratch. Everything will be from scratch. We're not going to skip anything. Right? As of now, just trying to show you the importance of the screen size. So if I click somewhere here, guys, right, you will not be able to see it properly when you do it on phone. Right? So please use it on your laptop or your PC. It will be very helpful for you. This cursor size, if it is not visible, good enough for you, let me know. I can increase it or maybe change the color of this cursor size. Then it will be easier for you. That when I click somewhere here, right, it should be visible for you guys. Next thing, please make sure you try to join using your email address, which you have filled in the form. I'll again open the Excel file once. One more request, guys. Can you see the list of the participant on your screen? I've brought it here, but I'm not sure if Zoom shares that participant list or not. Can you see it or not? When you see
Yes, I
my
can
screen,
see.
you can see it, right? So I see
Yes.
this one. Look at this one. I am I highlighting one. I'm not sure who is this, right? So I will request you guys, all of you, to please rename, or at least or join with your own name and your own email address, right? Because I should know who is speaking, who understood what topic, who did not understand what topic, right? So please join with your own name, at least initials, if you do not want to share your name. But otherwise, no, apart from me, others cannot see it, guys. So please make sure you join it unless I'm showing it to you, right? Others cannot see it. So please make sure you join using your own name. Do not use any name like iPhone or a name like this, right? Uh, Today it's fine. I understood this the first day. Now let me open the WhatsApp group. I hope you guys, all of you, are part of that group, right? That is the reason you guys are here. I hope no one else has forwarded you the link and you have joined. If that is not the case, let me open that group for you, and I'll explain few things which are there. Just 1 minute, guys, please. 1 minute here. I'm just bringing it to the next screen. Here it is. So instead of bringing the group, yeah. Classes timing, guys. Every Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. I uh tend to start sharp 11 a.m. I mean, based on my previous batches, you can see, you can go ahead and watch the recording also. I've never started a session late, never, unless we have decided. Sometimes it happens, some uh, festival is there. For example, one of the sessions I will clash with 26 Jan, right? So in the morning we may have flag hosting, etc. So if all of us decide we are taking holiday or changing time, sometimes it's okay. Even for IPL and cricket matches, we have done that. So don't worry about it. It's not hard and fast that it has to be 11. Let's say for tomorrow, everyone is saying, can we do it 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and get free quickly because 11:30 some matches starting. If all are available, if I comfortable for me, comfortable for you guys, we do that, right? But not frequently. We try to stick to time so everyone we can accommodate everyone. This is the YouTube link, guys. This is my channel's link. Click on this, please, and you will get to see my channel and details. In that channel, what you're going to see is I'll show it to you. This is July batch playlist, my previous batch playlist, right? Which you can refer, but some topics have been changed now. This is one thing about Azure, guys. They keep on changing everything. They keep on changing everything very frequently. Some options will be changed, right? Uh, So please always follow the latest one. I'll be preparing a new playlist for January batch, right? And I'll be assigning you the access based on the list. Then next, if we go, there is then attendance and subscription sheet link. I'll explain it to you. And this is the payment link, guys. Whoever is making payment, either connect with me or use this link. Sorry. Exam terms, as of now, do not bother about it. But understand one thing, guys, the study for exam is different. Study for interview is different. Working on the environment, actually, it's different. Okay? What we are focusing, I told you this is interview and job centric. Right? So we are not going to study, we are not going to learn topics which will help you to clear the exam. Even if you complete the session for 3 months, I do not take guarantee that you'll be able to complete the exam. Right? For exam, you will simply have to read these exam dumps, which I'm going to share. But if you do only exam dumps, I cannot guarantee that you will clear the interview. I hope you're getting the point, right? It's different for different study and different approach. For exam, different study and different approach. Though topics are same, but study and approach they are different, right? So let me close it for you guys. And I'm going to open the link which is there. Okay, by the way, I didn't explain. The first link was Azure OneNote. In the group, if you open the first link and if I paste it here, or if you simply click on that, this is what you will see. I hope you guys can still see my screen. The first link, very first link in the group, it is our Azure OneNote. What I'm using, what I'll be using here, I'll be teaching everything from this. I'll be making changes. Sometimes I add questions, add tasks, etc. And you will have access to this. The only thing is that you will have read only access. You will not be able to make any changes here. But yes, you will have everything like this. Though here the DevOps and other topics are also there, you will not be able to see them because those are locked. Okay, here I will be able to see all of these. I'll be able to edit because I'm logged in here at the top right hand corner. If you see, I'm logged in with my ID. But when you use this link, you will see everything, but in a read-only manner, read-only view. And you'll have the access. This is first link. Second link I was talking about, that was my YouTube channel. Let me quickly explain it to you. So this is the channel we have, guys. If you wish, please subscribe it. I am using it for as a storage, I would say, right? But still, if you want, you can subscribe it at least for the uh, some notifications where I keep updating interviews, questions, etc. So look at this here in the playlist. Ignore the DevOps. I haven't uploaded recent videos. As of now, do not focus on DevOps. Without any cloud, you will not understand DevOps, right? So first priority, it's to get good hands-on experience and good with any of the cloud. In our case, it is Azure. This is July batch of Azure. I have 101 videos here. You can go ahead and watch every time, but some topics are old, right? So uh, next here is here. If you guys see, I told you Microsoft recommends 32, maximum 36 hours of training. Here, if you calculate this, my videos, 101 videos, every session we conduct is of 40 minutes, right? I've taken approximately 80 hours of session for the same topic. Do not go ahead and watch these videos. These are very old. Many options have been changed. Even if you want to go ahead and check something in advance, go ahead and check July 2024. Otherwise, we are going to cover everything. You don't need to go to the old batches. We are going to cover everything, and I'm going to put everything here, right? For interview and preparation of resume. These are the videos you guys can follow. It's a different playlist. Again, we are going to cover for this batch separately because this is not generic. Based on your resume, I do help you that what needs to be done, what needs to be removed, what needs to be. Every one of you, they are coming with different experience, different background, different approach, different goal. Someone is targeting 25 LPA, someone is targeting 12 LPA, someone is targeting only 6 LPA. They just want to get into Azure. So one size fit all, it's not going to work here. So I'm going to work with all of you individually, right? And this one you'll get interviews also, the actual recording of interviews. Networking, guys, I have told you that networking is one of the prerequisite for this course. I'll be sharing some videos on YouTube which will help you to clear your networking concepts. If not, in one of the batches I had taken networking separately, but it takes a lot of time and that is not a part of Azure actually. I'm not talking about Azure networking, guys. Right? I will be covering Azure networking from scratch to end. Azure networking, we are going to cover. I'm talking about the basics of networking. So either I'll share the videos with you, or you can come here and watch my own videos. Here I have explained it in detail, which we are not going to do in this session. Okay. So this is about the uh, YouTube link which we have in our group. I'm talking about WhatsApp group, guys, by the way. Okay, all these links are in WhatsApp group. Okay, now talking about the accesses, how we are going to handle accesses. So here's the link. This link is also available uh, in your in your WhatsApp group, right? So here I have added all the name. Unless someone is joining today, I may have to change those name. I hope you guys have updated your email addresses here because these are the email addresses which I will be using today. I have kept the Zoom session open, so anyone who has link he can join. Maybe tomorrow also I'll keep it open, but from next batch we'll restrict it to only these email address. People who are coming with these email address only they will be able to join the session. For example, I do not see an email address here. If this person doesn't give me his email address, he will not be able to join, right? uh, Next, you guys have mentioned your education. I have gone through that, your experience, you get the domain which you're coming from. This is, guys, optional. If you do not want to share your company's name, uh, you can remove it, otherwise it's okay. uh, right, so please make sure you fill this sheet here, and once you all are comfortable with your once I have all the data, then we'll start with subscription one. This I'll explain how it works. Before that, let's go to attendance sheet. Again, this one, attendance sheet, guys, it's the same list of the name. I've just made the same copy here. Now, why are we doing this? This is definitely not a school. I'm not your teacher, guys. This will be a two-way session, right? I have spoken to almost every one of you individually, and trust me, we have people here who are coming from 10 plus year experience, 18 plus years experience, 12 years of experience, right? If I explain, if I introduce myself, which I didn't get time yet, right? I myself has experience of 10 plus years. So I have people who are senior to me. I'm definitely learning from you guys as well. So this is not a one-way session. This is not going to be one-way session. Understand? I know Azure good. I'm coming from infrastructure background. I know Windows well. But I'm sure there are people who are good with database. I can learn it from them. There are people who are good with ITSM. I can learn it from them. Right. So this is going to be a two-way session. So I brought that topic because you may see an attendance sheet here. This is not going to be like a lecture or a college or a school. Like, why do we have this then? It becomes very easy if you skip some session. Let's say you are not able to attend 19th January's session. So when I upload the videos, it will have the session number, it will have the date, etc. So let's say that this person, Priyanka, she is attending today. She's attending next session, and here she did not attend. By the way, this 26th January, guys, I'm not sure if we're going to take holiday. I will leave it up to you guys. As of now, I have marked it as holiday, but I will leave it up to you guys. I will be available, flag hosting, etc. I get free by 10, so I will be available for sure, right? But rest I'll leave it up to you guys. Okay, so now look at this. After a month or so, when she comes back and she thinks I missed some session, I want to watch the recording, it becomes very easy for her to check which session did she miss. Okay, she will go ahead and check 19th of Jan. Which session was it? One, two, three, four. Okay, so I missed fourth session. It will be very easy to go to YouTube channel and go ahead and watch the fourth session. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to go through all the videos. Right? So this is for you. This is not for me. So I will leave it for you, up to you guys. If you do not want to fill it, it's okay, right? And one more thing, it helps. How it helps? Let's say for some session, I see I've covered some session, and later on, when I check, I see maximum people were absent. What does it mean? It means that it's a better idea to redo that session because 80% of people were not there, right? So it becomes easier for me also to keep a track. But still, this is optional, right? Once we have all of you on board, ignore the name. These are from previous batches. What we are going to do, what approach we follow, it's we create groups. We assign someone who can buy a subscription, and that person will create all the users here. And will share the password, etc. Will share the accesses. I'm going to explain it. Don't worry. Right. One more thing, guys. Here, I have we are using Zoom, right? I am not using Pro version, and that is definitely not because of the financial constraint. I'll explain it to you again, then I will leave it up to you guys what needs to be done from next session. I'm bringing one pop-up here. Can you guys see it, guys? Can you guys see the pop-up on the screen?
Suhail.
Yeah. Okay. It says your meeting will end in 10 minutes. Right? So
No,
you can't see that pop-up?
no.
No, that pop-up is
No,
not there.
no problem. Right. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes I told you that Zoom will show some messages or Zoom will not show some messages.
Mm,
That is the
now
reason I
it's
ask you
visible.
every time. Now I've taken the screenshot, so it is visible, right? So this is what I see on my screen, and this was again 3 minutes ago. What does it mean? That in 7 minutes, this session is going to end. Why is it happening? Because I am using the basic version, which doesn't allow uh, meeting beyond 40 minutes. So how we do it? We conduct three sessions, or we conduct a session in three parts, 40 minutes each, right? This is how we complete our 2 hours. This is the approach which I have been following. But if you guys want, at a stretch 2 hours, I'm happy to pay for Zoom's subscription. That's not a problem. But why do I do this? One thing, by default, you get a break of 5 minutes, a breather. Second thing, in next session, I come to know people who are not at all attentive. Sometimes I've seen people join like we do in our meetings, right? We join and we simply get into our own work or just leave it, sometimes sleep. Right? I try to keep sessions interactive so people don't sleep, but I've seen that people join and then they leave it. So I come to know in next session, for example, now I know I have 20 people. The moment I this will stop at 6 minutes, we use the same link to join. You don't have to do anything. Simply just click on the link again, and I inform every time that this session is going to end. We are going to rejoin with a break of 5 minutes or immediately. And so this is what we follow. So you get breaks also automatically, and I get to keep a track who people who are following properly or and who are not attentive. Again, guys, I told you I'm not your teacher. This is not going to be very strict. It is for your betterment. If you want to get a good job, clear the interview, please be focused. Right? Do not just join and leave it like your uh, office meeting. This is you're paying me, right? So make sure you utilize that. So and if you miss on something, then it becomes very difficult. Let's say that I'm teaching something. Now, technical topics have not started, but when the technical topics start, I am teaching something. I showed you one thing, then I went to the third thing. And when I was showing you first thing, and you were not attentive, maybe your phone was there, your laptop was there, you simply attended and headset was away, you will not understand the next thing, right? So don't do that. One more thing, guys, this uh, Excel file, do not open it on your phone. It is editable only on a laptop. Do not override each other's data. You guys also have equal rights here, so do not override each other's data. Though we have versioning system in this, which is a part of cloud storage also, how versioning system works. So I will be using the same sheet to explain it to you what is versioning, right? But that comes very later. We have 4 minutes left in this session, guys. I'll quickly explain you the segments of Azure, and then we'll take a break of 5 minutes. We'll rejoin the session using the same link, right? So when it comes to Azure, guys, and by the way, these are not created by Azure. These segments, they're not officially segmented by Azure. This is something which I have come up with, and it's very useful for us. Though the terms and etc. everything is from Azure. We have not devised the terms, right? So Azure is a cloud one. I will explain it from scratch. Don't worry. It's a cloud service, but how we are going to learn it? We have divided this into segments. So first, we are going to go ahead and learn Azure Compute. Whatever is there in Azure Compute, I will explain it to you. Here it is. You guys can see Azure Compute. Very important. 90%, 90 it's too much. 80% of Azure, 80% of our training session we are going to spend on Azure Compute. 80% of questions will come from Azure Compute. Then we will have Azure Networking, Backbone. Unless you know networking, you won't know anything. You don't understand network, you won't understand compute. You don't understand network, you won't understand storage. You won't understand uh, security. You will not understand anything. So networking, it's very, very important, guys. Then we have Azure Storage, and we are going to cover this in same order, in same manner, right? Then we have load balancers and PaaS services. Don't worry if you don't understand the name. We are going to explain everything. I'm just showing you the skeleton of the this one. Then we are going to cover migration. We are covering all of this so we can understand migration. 24, 25, 30% of our openings are still based on migration. I'll explain it to you. What is migration? Why do we have so high demand to this? But this is what we are going to follow. Azure Compute, maybe from today we'll start or tomorrow. Azure Network will take some time. Azure Compute is huge topic. Then Azure Storage, load balancer and PaaS services, and then migration. This is the approach we are going to follow. This is what I have here. Azure Compute, Network, Storage, load balancer, PaaS services, and migration. Obviously, before that, Azure Active Directory, Microsoft Entra ID, and after that, monitoring, etc. These are small topics which we are going to cover, right? So we have only 1.5 minutes left. I'll quickly share my LinkedIn ID with you guys in case if you want to connect. And I'll quickly introduce myself, guys. So my name is Sohail. Most of you have spoken to me already. I myself work as a solution architect in one of the big four companies, right? Uh, I have a total 10 years of experience. It's completely, I come from Windows background, but as of now, I have good experience with Windows and Linux also. When it comes to cloud, I have good experience with Azure. However, I have worked on GCP and AWS also. So if you have any queries, I can help you with that as well. Right. In my current company, I've been working since 2.5 years. I've conducted many training sessions with some other training institutes also. I do not want to name very famous, which are available online as well. And I can share those links also of my training. right? But now I do not indulge with them. I do my own because I can spend a lot of time. This is my LinkedIn profile. I'll share the link with you. Now, our session is about to finish. Only 30 seconds we have. I'm going to stop the session and we'll restart in 5 minutes break. So 11:45, guys, we'll resume and we'll start with our technical topics. Please join using your laptop. I'm stopping the session now. Use the same link to join the meeting. Exactly same link in 5 minutes, 11:45 sharp, we are going to start.